A lot has obviously changed. I'm not gonna lie, I already filmed this video, but it was like trash on fire. It's like 100 degrees. Oh my gosh, where are my questions? Expat tag, expat tag. I got my questions. I got my questions. The first question is, what is your home country? Well, I am from the United States, Denver, Colorado, to be exact. Where do you currently live? I currently live here in India. What was the easiest part about adjusting to your new country? Still adjusting. Things are not quite there for me. I am trying to figure things out, and this past like couple of weeks I feel like I've been starting over again. I thought that when I first moved here to India I was like, okay, I got this, I'm adjusted, like everything is fine. But as time has gone on, I feel like I've regressed a lot in my adjustment, and I'm not as like comfortable as I thought I would be at this point, or I felt I was when I first moved here. So I think the easiest part about adjusting here in India is probably going to be the fact that we got settled into our home finally, and once we got our home, it felt like home. Like staying in a hotel for weeks and weeks is nice until it's not nice anymore. What was the hardest part about adjusting to your new country? Well, like I said, I'm still adjusting, but right now there are a few things. Okay, the heat, it's hot, and I know that it's not the hottest it'll get here in India. 2, it is the traffic. I get motion sick very, very easily. And then 3, it's just me having to like work on adjusting to, I guess, different personalities and different cultures. Like this is definitely a little further removed culturally than Morocco was for me, and that's okay. I'm just, you know, needing that extra period of adjustment. However, when it comes to traffic and heat, combine those two and I am a hot mess. I don't want to go anywhere unless I have to go to work or unless I have somewhere important to go to. I will take a lot of Dramamine and just hope I don't fall asleep. Describe a moment when you felt you belonged in your new country. I finally found a good home church, and usually I think I can get by with like going to church and sitting in the back and not interacting with people, or I usually, you know, would play the violin and kind of have my time with God like over in the corner. But I'm very introverted and I'm not outwardly like, come and hang out with me unless a person is like receptive pretty easily. So this church that I found here in India is awesome. People definitely make it a point to make you feel welcome, and they'll come up to you often, ask you how you're doing, what your life is like, if you want to come have dinner at their house, if you want to come just hang out, have tea, have coffee, just fellowship, pray, whatever. I'm just so thankful for that. And I'm also thankful to have lived in countries that let me express my religion and faith the way that I need to do so. It was very much the same in Morocco. I had a church there as well. Describe one major difference between your home country and your adopted country. The heat. I don't know why, I just think it's because it's so hot. Today, the heat is just on my mind. Like, this is not as hot as it's gonna get, but I think me and my Colorado skin is just not ready. Like, just stay this even. Don't go higher heat, because I just will stay inside. What's one thing you said yes to in your new country that you would never have tried in your home country? Riding in an auto. I feel like this is all my Instagram is about, because I'm like literally obsessed with autos, and I just like pray that I stay safe. But I really like riding in open like cars and just having that airflow come through, even though there's pollution and all of that stuff. Like, it's really cool. And I mean, they don't have autos in the United States, but I don't think I would have easily have taken one if, you know, I could just drive or whatever. Like, I just so easily just hop in one and get to where I'm going and then get out and then I'm done. Also, because I feel like that was probably like a cheater's answer, I don't think that I would just go for spicy food in the States. I love spicy, don't get me wrong, but I have like a threshold. There was one day where I thought like, okay, I can do it. Like, I've been in India for a while now. I can handle spicy food. I ordered atomic wings and they were painful. Yeah, I just feel like I'm just a lot more willing to say yes to everything. If somebody invites me somewhere, asks me to try this new food, tells me to do this versus do that, I might say yes more than I would say in the States. What's one thing you regret doing when you moved to your new country? And I have to change this up a little bit and say what's one thing I regret not doing when I moved to my new country? And that is not learning a language. I struggle. And it's crazy because I know that you're gonna say out there, people have said to me like, oh, you don't need a language. Most people speak English, and that's true. However, I am dealing a lot with like people that don't speak English or the best English. For me, I just find that it is a sign of respect when I'm able to speak a little bit of a language and to say thank you and to say hello and how are you and all these different things. And I have a friend who is kind of teaching me little phrases here and there, but I need to be actively learning some Hindi, some Telugu, or a mix of both, just so that I can feel a little bit more comfortable in my skin here in India and just to be able to communicate just on a basic level. Would you move again to a brand new country and why? Yes, of course. I think you all are noticing this pattern in my life now. My husband and I, we are roaming expats. So we'll stay in a place for a couple of years or so, and then we get to move on to another place. Doing that helps us establish connections in the country we're living in, helps us to also establish a work routine. We also get to go to neighboring countries and explore other places, because once you're placed in one like really good location with a good airport, you can definitely travel to lots of other places in the region, and that's what we plan to do, as well as different places within India, because India is vast and there are so many really cool places to check out. One tip or advice I would give anyone moving to a new country, I'm gonna give you like 3. 1, be patient. Things may not go the way that you think they should go right off the bat. 2, say yes to most things. Not everything, but most things. 3, just have fun with it. Don't look at it as like this huge, gigantic task. It is gonna be hard. You might get homesick. You might lose your mind sometimes, but what helps me is to think of the bigger picture. Why did I decide to travel? Why did I decide to move overseas? What is my purpose? What is my goal? What am I going to accomplish when I'm through with X country? So for example, here in India, I have a whole long list of things I want to do, things I want to see, people I want to talk to, and food I want to eat. And yeah, I think that that really helps. If you haven't seen my last expat tag, make sure you check that out. I'll have it linked somewhere in the cards, as well as a couple of travel playlists, my India playlist and my Morocco playlist. Check all of those things out. Of course, subscribe, like this video if you liked it, and of course, leave me a comment down below. Give me those recommendations, guys. Give them to me. We are making our list and doing our research for our next country, which will be, you know, down the line, but it's nice to dream, right? And I'll see you next time. Mwah. Bye, guys.